Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's kind of a crazy look. I'm here on the weekend. I thought I'd just try and make a quick video to try and help you understand how to draw geocentric view diagrams. Maybe try and clear it up a little bit. Let's hope this works. So, geocentric view diagrams help us visualize how we see the celestial sphere. So remember, I don't know, can you read this okay? I'm gonna try to pull this desk closer. Is that any better? Is it too bright? This is so complicated. I really appreciate your patience with this. So remember, the celestial sphere is that imaginary sphere that surrounds the Earth. So if we look at the Earth, our tilted axis, pardon my egg-shaped Earth, if you can even see it, I can't even tell if you can see it in this video. Can you see it? Can you answer me? That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Here. Let's do this. Hey, that's not too terrible, is it? All right, bear with me. The celestial sphere is an imaginary sphere of stars that surrounds the Earth. Now, this is an old concept, don't get me wrong. Some Greek thing that they kind of put together for us. In order to map right, though, we project out our north celestial pole and our south celestial pole. And our equator into the celestial equator. And then, if you remember this from geography, and I hope you've taken that, or at least are familiar with these ideas, there are two other lines that are really important to us. And that's the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere and the Tropic of Capricorn located in the southern hemisphere. And these are each 23.5 degrees above and below the celestial equator. And so we can project those out into space as well. And again, they're 23.5 degrees. Does that show up on that side? Hey, look at that, it doesn't. 23.5 degrees above and below the celestial equator, which you're going to find as lines of declination on your star charts. And look at that, it just slides right along the podium. So when we draw a geocentric view diagram, we're drawing it like you're looking at it from your backyard. So you'll start with just a simple arch to represent the night sky. And then a ground line, which you then connect. Oh, it's not very perfect, isn't it? Well, most of my drawings ain't. Just like this. Fair enough. Can you see that okay? And then you label it north. And generally, I put the north over here. South, west, and east. So when I ask for geocentric view diagrams, this is where they should start. All right. Then you drop in your north celestial pole, and we'll draw this one for Columbus, Indiana, which is 39.21 degrees above the northern horizon. And remember, from here to here, it will be 180 degrees because it's half a circle, or the daytime sky or the nighttime sky, whichever you want to think of it. It's half the sky. It's that dome. Does that work? The dome of half the sky. I hope you're with me on that. Then we go back and we drop in our celestial equator at 90 degrees from the pole. Remember, again, if you go back to your geography, the poles are always 90 degrees from the equator. So if I draw on the pole first, I have to put the equator in at 90 degrees away. And it too is going to be an arch. Now I know three-dimensional diagrams are complicated. Just try it. Practice it. See what you can do. And of course, then we label it celestial equator. And then 23.5 degrees north of that is the Tropic of Cancer. And that's the zodiacal sign for Cancer. I tend to use it. It's faster, it's quicker, it's neater. And then 23.5 degrees south is the Tropic of Capricorn, if you're in the northern hemisphere. Of course, if you're in the southern hemisphere, this all flips. Sort of. But there's your basic outline for putting these together. Remember, your north celestial pole, the NCP, is always the same amount of degrees above the northern horizon as your latitude. So if I was at 45 degrees, it'd be 45 degrees. If I was at 20 degrees north latitude, it'd be at 20 degrees north latitude. So far, so good? Oh, good. I'm glad you're understanding. Yeah. Sure, Britain. Sure, they say. Hey, let's just move the whole podium. Ready? Exciting. Huh. All right. So, a few other things you should know. Dawn. Winter solstice is when, how far can I write? The sun appears on the Tropic of Cancer. I'm sorry, the Tropic of Capricorn. Summer solstice the sun appears on the Tropic of Cancer. Fair enough. And at fall or spring equinox, the sun appears on the celestial equator. Fair enough. if we go back then and look at our diagram that we just drew, we can. It's like magic. Kind of. If we were going to draw the sun at sunrise on winter solstice, it'd be right here on the eastern horizon. If we're going to draw noon on fall or spring equinox, it would be here because noon is defined as when the sun crosses the meridian. And if it was sunset on summer solstice, the sun would be located here. And this is probably one of the greatest joys of a geocentric view diagram, is that it helps us understand where things are in relation to where we are and at what time of day we can see them. Eventually, we'll be able to put planets and the moon and everything on here in the next week or so. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping. So I hope this helps. There's an assignment posted with it. I know it's posting late, so just work on it. If you have questions, of course, get a hold of me. And I would like to set up a date, maybe late this week, early next week, where we could all get together at school. I don't know my hair in these videos, I swear. We could all get together at school, and I could sit down with the bridge students, and you guys could come in below everything, and we can look at this and talk about it and try and clear up some things together. So if you have any questions, of course, email me, let me know. And yeah, I hope this helps.